the truth most designers don't want to hear. Beautiful doesn't mean usable. And if users need to stop and figure out, you've already lost them. Let's start with the most misunderstood part of any website, the hero section. Most people think it needs to impress. It doesn't. It needs to convert. Because your visitors, they're not carefully reading every word. They're skimming fast. The hero has one job. What is this? Who is it for? And what can I do next? If you don't have the answer to all three immediately, you've already lost them. The most successful websites in the world, they don't have beautiful hero sections. Amazon, Chase, even billion-dollar SaaS companies, their heroes are plain. Why? Because these companies hire the best designers. But those designers aren't chasing design awards. Their jobs, promotions, bonuses all depend on one thing: conversions, not compliments. And that's why top-performing hero sections usually follow the same formula. A clear headline, a line of copy that answers objections, and one strong CTA that's impossible to miss. No friction, no confusion, just action. That's what works, and that's what most designers get completely wrong. Now let's talk about the most important square inch on your landing page, the CTA button. Number one, it stands out visually. The CTA button should be the only element on the page using its color. Number two, it's above the fold. You should never force users to scroll to find what you want them to do. Place your main CTA in the hero right where eyes land. Next, let's look at type framing. Most designers start with a layout and then panic when the final copy doesn't fit. High-performing websites flip the process completely. They don't start with visuals, they start with the message. You design your layout using real copy. No lorem ipsum, no filter. Just clear, structured writing before you even think about graphics. Start with a stack. A kicker, a short line of social proof or context, a bold, clear headline, what problem you solve, a subhead, how you solve it, why it matters, and one button, what to do next. Now lay it out as if you're designing a finished hero section. Size, hierarchy, spacing, but keep it all text. That's your type frame. It does two things. First, it forces to clarify the core message. What are you selling? Who's it for? Why should they care? Second, it gives your layout a structure that actually matches your content. Here's a great example, Linear. If you saw their site a couple of years ago, it was full of beautiful micro interactions and heavy visual animations. Now, their new homepage is almost brutally minimal. Just a clean mock-up of the product, no hover effects, no motion, no parallax. The redesign focuses your attention on two things, the value prop and the CTA. No competing elements, no scrolling distractions, just clarity. Let's break a common misconception that ugly websites convert better. And that's not exactly true. What those sites actually do is focus. The best converting pages aren't beautiful or ugly, they're intentional. They use hierarchy, spacing, typography, and color to guide your attention, not distract it. They don't win awards, they win users. So let's talk about the aesthetic usability effect. It's a proven principle in UX. Users perceive more aesthetically pleasing designs as easier to use, but only up to a point. Now let's talk about one factor most designers completely ignore: your target audience. Not every user wants the same thing, and not every product should be sold the same way either. If you're selling a $9 per month note-taking app, your landing page needs to be lightning fast, brutally clear, and frictionless. The user doesn't want a sales pitch. They want a CTA button and maybe a screenshot. But if you're pitching enterprise software to hospital directors, you better believe those people want every last detail. Because for them, it's not a $9 decision, it's a $90,000 one. That's why the best performing sites don't follow one rule. Alright, time to kill one last sacred cow of SaaS design: apps in the hero section. You've seen it 100 times. Hero section opens, boom, there's the app, a giant dashboard glowing in 3D, probably some fake data on it. Founders love it, designers love it, but you know who doesn't? First-time visitors. Because here's the truth. Nobody cares what your app looks like, not until they understand what it does and why they need it. Instead, start with a problem. Show a real person with a real solution, or use a simple visual metaphor that instantly communicates the benefit. Then blow the fold, bring in your interface screenshots to back it all up. Think of it as a sales pitch. You don't shove the product in someone's face the second they walk through the door. You start with why it matters. That's how you design for clarity, not ego. Here's the big takeaway. Design isn't about looking good, it's about working well. You're not trying to win design awards. You're trying to win attention, trust, clicks, and sales. That's why the highest converting websites aren't always the most beautiful. They're the most clear. Built for results, not applause. And if you care about performance, start with your site speed, because no matter how well designed your layout is, if it takes 5 seconds to load, you're losing users before they even read your headline. That's exactly why we built Airlift, a free WordPress speed plugin that actually works. Faster load times in one click. See instant improvements and finally stop losing users to slow load times. Now go back to the home page you were working on and start cutting. See you in the next one. Click here if you want to triple your site speed in just 1 minute. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Click here and I'll see you there.